Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just why I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is good and everyone is well. Let me see how most systems go. You guys know the drill. Happy Monday to everyone. And yeah, we all look good here. We look good. Get everything sorted. Perfect. So yeah, I hope you all had a good weekend. And we're back in action here. Let's get it. Let's have a look here. All looks good. So start off with the news today and run down the analysis as always. And yeah, looking at the calendar, pretty clean today. We have a bit of GBP news tomorrow, claim and count change. So claims, we have claims tomorrow in employment. So today it's pretty clean though. We had a bit of bank lending this morning. Nothing really crazy, to be honest. Yeah, nothing mad here, nothing mad. And clean in terms of news on a Monday today. So let's have a look at what price wants to do here. Run down the analysis, start off on the weekly time frame as always. So weekly candle did close bearish here below the support. Current weekly working on its top wick here, working on a sort of bounce. Can we get continuation down is the question here. Definitely very possible, right? With weekly closing below. Looking at the daily time frame here, same thing, close below here. Current daily has broken previous daily low. Currently working on a top wick can form somewhere around 88.088. We could form a top wick before potentially flipping. Now when we go down to the 4 hours, when things get a little bit interesting, because you can see we failed to close. We've failed to close back above inside the 4 hour range. So if we bring back drawings, you'll see that zone there has been quite a crucial zone. So if we continue to fail to get above that, then obviously we could see some downside from here. If we're looking at weekly support here, revisit that zone potentially. We have crossed through it now. 4 hour has crossed through it a couple of times. I don't think it's that important. I'll leave it on for today, but not as important as it was, right? So if we look at our range here, we do have a 15-minute support down here, something like this. So today is mixed bias. Previous daily did close bearish. So potentially we could be selling below these lows here and buying above these highs. Basically a simple range trade here, something outside of the range. The thing is, we are bouncing from the lows. 4 hour has closed double bullish here. But again, as long as we remain below, I would like to see a little liquidity grab. It would be really nice to see a little pop up here, reject, then get below. That would give me some great confidence. If not, selling below these lows, using this top of the range as a watch zone, because even if we reject it, could be a reaction. Maybe we want to play out a bigger bounce. So we could see the reaction where we come down, find support, then continue up. So we want to be careful of that. Whereas the upside, we could also have the opposite here. Why? Because we closed below. If we did close above, back inside of this 4 hour range, it would be a pretty straightforward continuation to look to fill back in towards this zone here. So let's go see what will end up happening. But initially here we're looking just to play the range. I think that's pretty straightforward. Something leaving either the range highs, range lows, I'll start to get interested, right? Inside of this range, I'm not interested. Inside of the range, obviously too small to trade, but yeah, something leaving the highs or lows is going to be warranted here to try and continue this. Looking at 1 hour, yeah, we do have this here. 30 minutes a little bit higher. What is our range to that 30 minute? 23 pips is not bad. What about the 15? About 15 pips there, about 15 pips. So yeah, let's see how that populates. But yeah, pretty simple analysis here for GJ. So let's move on to gold here. Gold, on the other hand, dumping at the moment. Wow, what a candle this is. That's a big boy candle indeed, huh? What's this? This come out of nowhere. Check this out. 50 pip banger here. What time is that? 9:41. It's interesting candle to see here. Any setup was valid. Let's have a look. 1 hour, 4 hour close bullish. So let's run the analysis first here. Let's see what's going on before we get too excited here. So looking at the weekly time frame, previous weekly closing bearish here, right? So we have that, but with a rejection wick. Daily time frame as well, closing bearish. We're sitting at daily support here. We didn't close back below daily support. Current 4 hour did close bullish here. This current 4 hours making its way down. Let's mark this 4 hour support, as this is going to be our next zone here, just somewhere around here that we're looking to tap here. So if we were up here and this 4 hour was still here, I would expect continuation above the highs. But now that we pulled back, we'll have to see what price wants to do from here. So obviously this pulled back pretty deep. We need to let price form some form of structure here. Probably sells are going to be not sure where this zone came from, so we're kind of trading something like this at the moment, and just need something to form. Obviously there's a big boy candle here, just dumping in morning volume here. Looks like it does want to make it towards the 4 hour support, or at least test this wick down here, as this is our last sign of rejection. But yeah, this is pushing straight. We need to let it solve itself and give us some indication. I do not want to sell into this falling knife right now. This is not really going to be something smart to try sell into when it's pushed so much. So obviously pullbacks back into this zone here will be nice. This is creating us a great LTA to be able to trade. Bias today is mixed, with this resolution a little bit more bearish. So we'll see how price wants to populate in this zone and react accordingly. So let's go ahead and look at GBP USD on the other hand, what that's been doing here as well. Start off on the weekly time frame here. So previous weekly closing, again weak bearish, failed to close below our weekly resistance here. If we look at a daily time frame, we are closing bearish on daily time frame, again above daily support. Kind of similar scenario to gold. Previous 4 hours closing bearish here as well. We're sitting at this very strong 4-hour support here, which is kind of the whole zone we're just chilling at the moment here. If we're gonna look at put this as 4-hour resistance here, there we go. If we're looking at what lower time frame is saying here, we have this gap here which is very annoying. I wonder how that looks on my broker. Yeah, it's just a gap, and then we have support basically where we are down below. Yeah, like this. It's pretty hard to sell into this BS, to be honest. What I would love is a little retest here. So this is my plan on GU, is pretty simple. If we can close a candle below here, pull back, form resistance up here at the 4-hour, this would be nice for sells. I'll be looking for sells down below. Asian session, obviously clean little trade here, setup 1. You guys see that setup 1. Close below, continuation. Use this as a watch zone. If we can push through with volume, happy days, which we did. 30 minutes should be clean there anyways, which you did. So just basing on 30 minute, this was a very nice trade here. How big was stop loss here? About 4 pip stop loss, 14 pip target. Wow, that's 1 to 3.5 there. That's pretty clean, to be honest. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. Retest back into that zone to continue down again, make a lower high, setup number 2. So I want a deeper retest. I don't want to sell these lows, as this push has continued here. Selling at these lows in this big support zone is scary. Definitely, you know, can have rejection at any time. So that's going to be the plan here. That's the analysis, pretty straightforward analysis here. And now we just need to wait and see what's going to happen here. See if we can pull back on this GBP USD here, give us the upside to form resistance so we can sell that back down. That's what I'll be looking for. So that could be quite nice if we do get that, to be honest. Will give us pretty simple lower high, can retest these lows and then hold it to potentially continue, flip the daily, let daily give us continuation, break these lows, and might be in a good spot, to be honest, to hold some juicy runners, especially if we're entering somewhere up here, right? If we're entering somewhere up here, it's obviously juicy to get in, because, you know, entering up here is protected by all of these support type of zones here. So yeah, that's the analysis. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy the analysis, you know the drill. 288 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up on a Monday. Important analysis every day every day, but Monday especially sets us up for the week. You want to be doing an overall higher time frame analysis on the weekend. I recommend you guys make that a habit. We do it in the exclusive group every single Saturday or Sunday. Any one of those weekend days, we alternate time zones so that people can show up to the webinars, and that prepares us so we understand what's happening fundamentally, higher time frame, all that good stuff, right? So make sure you do that. And yeah, if you did enjoy the analysis, do the YouTube business, leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. 53 likes we have. I'm gonna put the reminder in chat so I don't have to ask, but yeah, you know, hate to say it, but part of the game. You didn't upload a video this week on YouTube? No, I didn't upload a video this week on YouTube. I did not. As we're revamping content, need to plan content, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So make sure to put out content that people want to see. Content costs over $200 a video. So we want to make sure that we we put out. This weekend I spent mostly time is that that webinar and the exclusives. It's a 33-minute video. 33-minute video and the exclusives on trade management. So we really went in depth on trade management financially and stuff like that. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. If I was to see the group, see a bit of comments in general chat, except for that, about the webinar being good this weekend. So yeah. But what we're gonna do, guys, everyone in chat, videos are actually gonna be uploaded on Mondays. They're gonna be uploaded on Mondays now. So from next Monday, there's gonna be a YouTube video. There's gonna be a YouTube video next Monday. I might upload it Friday, to be honest. Friday could be cool. We'll see. But one of those, it's gonna be one of the days, right? It's gonna be one of the days, either Monday or Fridays. What day do you think is better for YouTube video? Sunday, there's just no one online, so the videos do bad. I had a sell in GJ S5. Which S5? Monday. Might be Friday just before the weekend. Problem is no one's online. So that's the whole reason we needed to change, is that no one's online, right? You can actually, I can show you guys how it works. One sec. So people are not watching videos on the weekend because they're just simply not online. Like, okay, us, we're here on stream, but there's also a lot of people on the channel who don't watch stream. They just show up to show up. You know what I mean? I mean, they just watch to see content that we might post or stuff like that. So wait, it's just asking me to do some sort of BS here. There we go. So you can see here on the channel, these are the activity times, right? These are the activity times. And you can see here on the activity times, right? Look at Sunday when we post. These highlighted here in purple show how many of your viewers are online, right? Show how many of your viewers are online. And you can see that realistically Wednesdays and Mondays are the best days when most people are there online. So it would make sense for me to post then. Saturday, not many viewers. Sunday, not many viewers, but that 6 p.m. time that I normally post, it's very good on Mondays and Wednesdays. So that's why I'm doing Mondays now. I think that will be good. I think more people will be able to see the video because a lot of people don't even know. If you look at notifications, right, there's only 12% of subscribers that actually turn on notifications here, right? Only 12%. Only 12% of people actually turn on notifications, so they're not going to even be notified on a Sunday to get to see the content. And then they come and, like, if you notice, a lot of people ask in stream, hey, do you have a video on X? Do you have a video on this? We do have a video, but they just don't simply seen it, right? They haven't seen it, right? They haven't seen it, and that's what ends up happening. So I really want them to benefit from that. So that's why I'm changing it up a little bit. Also needed to focus in on different content ideas and stuff. So that's how it is. Hi, why didn't you take gold sells? I couldn't get in gold sells. I just showed up to the charts. Not sure where you're gonna sell gold. Maybe this candle here to reach this support. Time is at 9 o'clock. It's 30 minutes before I show up to the charts. I'm not expecting price here. You know, these gold sells, definitely not taking any gold sells here after such a big close. Doesn't make any sense stop loss wise. 60 pips. You know, no 5-minute structure. Very hard for me to take that on a Monday after not seeing, you know. So yeah, this is not something I would do myself. Harry, you missed gold sells? I don't think so. I just explained why. Maybe you missed it. If you planned it, then you should be in, and congrats, right? If that was part of your plan, that's how it works. Good morning. After a 6-month break, I sit back in the chair, hyped, bring out the lobster. Let's go. The guy who made bring out the lobster, hashtag BOTL, Let's see it. Friday's great. Yeah, we can do Friday, Mondays. Let's try it and see what people like. All right, how many hours, hi Harry, per day, how long do you spend in front of the computer for trading? I'd say around 4 hours. 4 hours I spend in front of the computer. But actually trading, 4 hours worth of computer time. But I don't need, I do that because, we have a group as well. People are asking questions. But if we were to look at just pure trading here, I would only need, I would show up at 10 o'clock. As my analysis myself, I can do pretty quick. Like now, I'd show up like 9:50, 10 minutes to do analysis. And then trade 10 to 11, 11 to like 12. 11, so like, yeah, 2 hours, 2 hours. So I need 2.5 hours at the charts, really. That's all I need. Then the rest, I don't really need anymore. Wonder what the catalyst is behind that move. Pretty big for a Monday. They're open without event or something. Yeah, I think maybe it might be just people pricing in that the rate cuts are coming, and we can see this sell-off start to continue. We can see this sell-off just start to continue. I mean, once we start continuing down here, we have a massive clean range here as well, around this, below this zone here as well. Massive clean zone. We just need pullbacks. The same setup we want on GU as well. Like this could be clean setup 2s here, pull back, continue down. That's just easy continuation. GU is trying to work on it, but it's moving a little bit slower. GJ might end up closing below. Which setup 5 were you talking about, Claudio? 30-minute, was there setup 5? Four minutes till this candle close. We'll see if it's able to close below. See how 5-minute structure is looking here. Do have a bit of 5-minute structure. There is a little 5-minute support here. So there is some structure forming. Is there a setup 5? Yes, there is. In terms of my setup book, yes. While we wait for this candle, let's have a look at the plans, see if they're matching me, right? It's important to see if the plans are matching me. So start off with these plans here. Let's have a look. Looking for sells below here on gold. Yeah, that made sense at the time. This does make sense. I'll just move your line to match, right? Don't draw the old one, draw the most recent one. So move it down a little bit, but yes. GU looking for sells below, too choppy below there, man. Too choppy. I'm scared to sell in that. I prefer pullbacks, right? We discussed that. This one here, close above, looking to take sells. Yeah, this is a lot better. I would have agreed with this. This seems like solid. GJ plan, sells below here. Yep. Runner to 4-hour support, not bad, yes. Buys would have to be above, yep. Sells below that 4-hour. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I really would like pullbacks to give us act like a early entry, Buys above here, setups looks potentially clean to topper range. Some gold, yes, at the time. Obviously it changed. Not gonna look at gold plans because they changed, but yeah, these are all good. GJ plan, good. Better sells here. I think this would be too late, as now it would be dipping into your retest zone. So if you want to sell 2 here, and if it starts rejecting from here, you can manage, right? This is good for buys. Yep. Yeah, I like this. Retest for sells, right? Anywhere in here. Yep. Pim going with the white charts. I like it. Something different. Yeah, sells below, more sells if possible. Yep. Don't think a buying up here is the best plan. Yeah, unless we see this be a liquidity grab down, and now we start to get back above, right? All right, how many days do you keep marking of the support and resistance from previous days? Just most recent, whatever most recent structure is, I mark it. If it's been crossed through multiple times, twice, and we don't see any reaction, then I can remove it, right? Or 4-hour close would change it to buy for me. Yeah, that would make sense. Even if this 15 now closes bullish like this, next one closing below will be nice, because now this is creating a structure. So we see a rejection. Once we see a rejection, means that this zone is important. So if we can get a candle that closes below this zone, will prove that, hey, price doesn't want to get below. But let's see what 1 hour is saying. We want 1 hour to close below its support. That is going to be important. So based on 1 hour, this trade can make sense if this closes below the support and starts to break below the lows. Obviously, we want an accurate entry. No need to, we don't want to run basically stops above 1 hour here. But yeah, any closure where it is right now would still play the role of, you know, closing below support. If it closes back above this little green candle, it's a little bit less likely to continue down in the next hour. So see here, this candle closed in like 10 seconds. Pip Labs is so good, man. I've backtested on FX replay, but Pip Labs is another level. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad you like it, man. I'm glad you like it. 3 seconds for this to close. Let's see if it can close below. Yeah, barely closing below, but I guess it closed below. You'd expect a top wick, which is being made. Yeah, so maybe price just wants to stay in the range. We'll have to see. If this next candle can close below here, also interested myself. So we'll see how that goes. I wonder if we can execute on 5, because 1 hour is still closing bearish below, right? Because we've seen price aggressively push through ranges recently. So potentially a 5, but 5 would have to close below its own support here in order to be able to execute on 5. Harry, do you feel like you're missing out on opportunities trading only a few hours per day? No, it's quite the opposite. I think if I were to trade more, I would actually lose more for sure. Because the opportunities, the time I show up at the charts is where most of the opportunities come. The rest of the opportunities in the market are going to be risky opportunities that have a higher chance of failing, right? So you don't miss out on anything. You only miss out on something because you hindsight trade it, not probability trade it, right? You say, oh, that would have been a clean option. That would have been great. Remember, your job as a trader is not to catch the whole move. Your job is to catch a piece of your move and get on with your day, right? If you want to try catch the whole move, you need to make sure that the setup is valid, and you'd be more swing trading at that point, but it equates the same P&L, right? Because it's just on a different time frame. That's all it is. You know? Also, you can catch the full move if we're allowed to hold runners that, you know, allow us to stay in the trade. I smell a quick cash grab and run again. Let's see what's this. What's it? We're excited to announce special promotion. Damn. 50% off. That's desperate. Night challenge. 1 step. Oh, they reopened. I didn't know that. Did they actually reopen? Damn. I remember they closed. Because all those firms that closed were on the same white label and they couldn't sell challenges. And now they're still struggling to sell challenges. No refunds, no payout, but hey, we're back. Yeah, it's like, because this industry, they expect this industry to forget, right? Like, you still see people whose whole prop firm failed. Their prop firm failed, but they're still continuing business as usual. And all they turn around is they just say, like, you know, hey, it was a mistake, blah, blah, blah. But left thousands of people without refunds, without payouts, without challenges, you know. Hello sir, I'm new to Forex trading and currently learning a demo account. Why are the spreads so high when buying in a 1 minute chart? Spreads don't differ whether you're on 1 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 20 minute, doesn't matter. Whatever chart you use, spreads won't change. It's just the candles will look that they move faster on a 1 minute. I would say get off the 1 minute now. Don't be trading 1 minute as a beginner trader, or you don't really need 1 minute for entries, to be honest, all the time, you know. So I would say stick to 15, stick to 30, learn higher time frame. First understand what the daily is doing, right? First understand what the daily is doing. First understand what the 4 hours doing weekly, then work your way down. Don't start from the lower time frame. Gold now sitting at support. We need deep pullbacks at the moment. Obviously dumped down this morning. GU same thing here, sitting at support, pretty similar to gold here. Hi, when backtesting, do you backtest partial take profit? When I backtest, I test the exact same way I trade in the live market. I do not change anything. Now realize guys, the only reason I will take partials, I never take partials just to secure. That is silly, that is stupid. To secure just for the hell of it, right? Just to call it a win. I see this happen in the markets all the time. People take partials just to call it a win. It will do worse than do good, because taking partial, if you take a full loss, you've lost the partial and you're down. Remember, only take partials if you're trying to plan for a runner. Like, that's because I want a high time frame picture to play out. I secure something that allows me even not to hold break even, because what I can do is I can close half. I can put my stop loss above a certain zone where if I lose that, it will be still break even and allow my trade to play out on a higher time frame, you know. And if I want to go partial, that's normally when I'm a little bit slightly higher in risk, like 1.5, 2%. So that when I'm closing partial, I'm still closing 1%. Right? So it's relative to that. Partials are relative to your risk percentage. If you're risking slightly higher, it makes sense, because it only makes sense if you're like actually looking for the rest of the move to continue. Just to close partial, remember, closing partial means it hit a TP. And if that TP is not going to pay you long term, then you're not taking profit. You're just making a false account that you did make money, which you're going to lose in the future anyways. Like, everyone thinks about trading short term, right? You can close 5 partial trades, which will equate to 2.5 wins. That's it. So you think you're a freaking amazing trader, number one trader, okay? You take 5 wins in a row closing partials. You have confidence through the roof. Then you make 2 mistakes because of confidence. You take 1 aggressive trade, it fails, 1% down. You take another aggressive trade, fails, another % down. And that's it, partial's gone. You don't know 1 minute spread is larger than 15 minute spread, complete furu. It's not true. Yeah, obviously, because you zoomed in the chart. Look at the scale. You adjust, drag the scale so it's the same increment, and then send me the same screenshot. I can say something else about your cells that you took here, if you want to go. Man's calling me furu. Look at the cells he's publicly posted. What are you doing? Early, bro. What are you doing? Man, you need to... I don't know what's going on with you. Market just opened, already in a trade. Relax. You need to get it straight, man. Don't ruin your week. You need a consistent one. But profit is profit at the end of the day, in my opinion, more of a go thing. I've seen loads of traders close partials or 10 pips to confirm a wee BE, but not a loss. What do you mean, but not a loss? Yeah, they close partial at 10 pips to confirm a win, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna make money. What do you mean? You're saying the trade was invalid? I am, yes. Yes, definitely. Would like to know what the purple line is for? Purple line represents key levels. Why don't you consider dollar index when trading gold since most negative? I do, but I look at dollar index higher time frame. If you can analyze one chart and it's negatively correlated to the other, then you know what's going on. So, but in higher time frame, it's nice to have confluence. But lower time frame doesn't matter because you're focusing on the chart. If you can read one chart, you know the other chart is doing the opposite. But it only matters on higher time frames. Like let's say you're looking for gold shorts long term. Well, if dollar index is in a zone where it's not going to bounce, where it's looking like it's still going to continue down bearish, then it's probably not a good idea to short gold, right? So that's how it can help. Look at this 5-minute candle here. Let's see if this 5-minute candle can close below support here. Maybe we could execute on the 5 if it can close below support here, right? Because we will base it on a 1 hour. We'll rely on the 1 hour closing below and use the 5-minute here to get into this trade. Let's see. But we do need to close below. If it doesn't close below, it makes it a bit tough. Rejecting fire, clearly closing down. We saw it push many hours. How many times say it pushed early? In fact, it even plays out when we speak, but spike took me out. Yeah, that's my point. So stop loss placement was wrong, right? Stop loss needs to be out of the range here. Early trades, that's the rules, right? Put stop loss out of the range. Fair enough, if you're going to base it off higher time frame, no problem. But then you need bigger stops to account for these spikes. You know it spikes. That's what we speak about. Early trades have these spikes. So yeah, you can argue with me, but you know the answer to that. And why did it spike? Because it tapped the support, right? We tapped the support, we got rejection of the support, boom, spiked. Four minutes for this candle to close. Let's see how the candle closes. 5-minute didn't close below here. So it's very hard for me to take this trade at support. As if I'm basing it on a 5-minute, I'll have to respect the rules here. Could take it based on 1 hour though, if this is considered a solid enough top wick here. What is that? 39 pips. 23 pips to there. 75 for the full range. Hopefully we can survive 3 minutes. That's the ideal scenario here. Hey bro, I'm new here. Welcome, brother, welcome. How do you find key levels? Like every 0.500 on GJ, right? Key level means like a key level means it's just a level that is an even number. Many institutions, bots, algorithms like to position their orders around key levels since there's a lot of liquidity at key levels because it's just easier to code, easier to write, you know? Like if you're coding something, you can code something to take it out at key levels. Also, they just like key levels because it comes from the old days where people used to have to manually enter orders into the market. So instead of writing like right now, they'd have to write 187.355. Then it changes. They just say, I want an order at 187.500, 187. So that generally just till today carries over. And you see around in those key level zones, there's a more liquidity. And if you mark them on the chart, you'll actually see that they become strong supports, strong resistances. You notice them on 4 hours, will react off them a lot. 4 or 5 pips above or below normally, you know? 4 or 5 pips above or below, yeah. We broke the 1 hour low on the next one with the close below. Look good, yeah. About 1 minute till the candle closes below. And on gold, how much is it? $5. How are Forex pairs correlated to each other? Well, they'll be correlated through the base assets, you know, because you have NZD USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, so those are like base assets will affect. Can you please check oil? Send me your plan and then I'll tell you if I agree. Right now I'm looking at GJ. See if we can get this close below here in a top wick. Would like a deeper close here where my mouse is, not like such a tight close here. See if we can close below 2, 1. Yeah, that did close below, but I need a top wick right now. Yeah, price forming a top wick. Gonna give this a shot when we break the lows here. Did close below on my broker as well. Double check that. Yep. So we'll see. Good top wick though. Yeah, stops will be above 15-minute candle here. That would be the plan. Good top wick. It's always nice to have solid top wick here. Will also be the re-break of the 1 hour low. We are respecting this 5-minute support, but I'd expect it to break once the 5-minute, because now we have the 15-minute, so we don't really need to worry about a 5-minute when we're basing it off of 15-minute. Are we entering the short of the body candle close below? No, we have the close already. We need a break. Oh, that's cool. There's a new measurement tool on MetaTrader on your phone. MT5 on your phone. This 5-minute candle close here, we want it closing below the range, just so it's a retest. If it closes back in the range, we'll see if it closes back in the range, how to deal with it. Couldn't the 30-minute create what happened as the left? What happened on the left? Create a top wick and drive up? Yeah, but we close below on the 15 now. Right, 5-minute did close below. New 5-minute with no top wick? No, I'm sure it's made its top wick now. Can take buys on gold since it reached support. Yeah, markets don't really work like that, that you buy at support, sell at resistance. There has to be a reason to buy at support, right? You can't just randomly buy at support. You have to have a reason, right? It has to follow some form of bias, some form of overall higher time frame plan, etc, etc. I mean, if we get the flip now on GJ, this would be nice after such a deep top wick here. What's your thoughts on copy trading? I don't think it's a very good idea, to be honest. You know, you have to really have, you know, first of all, if it's actually going to be a legit trader, let's say you can get 4% a month, 5% a month, some months 10%. End of year, if you're extremely lucky, you get 100% gain, minus the commissions and stuff, minus the rebate that you give, the profit split. Might be up to 40% profit split. You're going to make maybe 30%, right? So you have to invest a decent amount of money to make something that's worth the return. Now, the problem is that if this trader is not trusted, they can do anything they want with your capital, right? You can lose all your capital. You can, it can just end up being in losses. So I wouldn't do it. I would say have control over your capital is the most powerful thing in the financial markets, is having control over your capital. If this 50-minute doesn't flip now but closes rather weak bullish, could also give setup 3. Yes, If this just closes back in the range bullish, then we'll have to wait for something else. We'll have to wait for something else. Donvo is an example. Well, it shows, you know, anything is possible, right? That's the risk people take. Yeah, so if it closes back in the range, then it will be a different setup. We'll have to wait. I think at that stage, depending on how it closes back in the range, if the 30-minute still closes below the support, then I'll take it with like a 5-minute close below. If it just freaking rips like this and closes back fully bullish in the range, then we just have to wait for another 15 to close below. Because then, you know, it will be a different trade. Even if the next candle came and broke the lows, that could just be a liquidity grab to flip up, fill the top of the range, and maybe even start buying. But 5 minutes left, we'll see what this last 5 minute can do. GJ now considered mixed bias, previous daily close bearish and last 4 hours bullish. Precisely, yes, correct. It is mixed bias. That's why we have an opportunity for buys, potentially if we leave the top of the range here, because it's mixed. We were leaning more on sells because daily close bearish. Also, if you notice, it's important to also notice where the 4-hour candle closed, right? It closed below the support. So this is kind of could just be a retest, right? Yeah, our entry would also be a re-break of the 4-hour low, which is nice, after breaking the previous 4-hour low. So that would be good. Harry, I think you know everything you know from Donvo, your trading style becoming exactly like Donvo. I'm not sure how my trading style exactly becoming like him. I think he trades price action. All traders who trade price action are going to trade similar. But I don't think, brother, my style is becoming like him. His style was to target 10 pips to have a very big stop loss to avoid having a loss. I trade completely different than that, man. I'm actually don't take a trade if my risk to reward is slightly negative. You know, think about it. How many times have I said, hey, I'm not taking this. It's not worth it for the 10 pip range. It's not worth it for the 7 pip range. So you better go do a bit more research. You're obviously showing up here not knowing what the hell you're doing. So this could also be an option. It's too far dropped, man. I mean, we've had a 100 pip drop. 100 pip drop. Right. I'm deleting my sell order here. I'm going to delete my sell orders because now it's a different trade. It's a different trade. I don't want to take the sell. I want to wait. So I'm going to delete them. And that's it. I'll wait for something else. So again, I'm still looking for sells below this range. If it wants to get below, I'm happy to take it. If it just wants to stick in the range, then yeah. Today is a prime example, guys. Today is a prime example of why one of my rules is breaking lows and breaking highs. Notice that in the trade, how today you would have lost your trade if you did not be patient enough to wait for a break of low. Very important to notice that. Many people will forget about it because they don't care, right? And they just, oh, he didn't enter the trade. No, never broke the low. How could I have entered, right? How big has this morning push been? We've pushed so far 100 pips basically. Right now 5 minute is dumping down to support, 30 minute is also dumping. Yeah, big melt here. Nothing on financial juice that tells us why we're having such a melt. Japan is talking a little bit here. 10:09. That was a while ago. Cannot say that Japan has stably achieved the 2% target. Fair enough. So I wonder how we can continue gold sells today. If it's going to continue dumping like this, and I feel it will have to be below the 15-minute support at this point. I really would like pullbacks. Would be a lot better to have deep pullbacks. Below here could be selling options on GU though, because we can fill this wick, but it's tight. It's tight, it's tight. I don't like that compared to any other options. So 30-minute now is closing back inside of the range and bullish as well after grabbing liquidity from the lows. 15-minute close back above this little resistance zone here, and 5-minute as well is trying to continue up here. Hasn't broke 5-minute structure just yet, but yeah, we're looking more bullish at the moment. Again, I'm gonna need something closing below here to take sells. That's gonna be where my sells are gonna come from. Gold under 15 would also be the daily support. Would be under the daily support, right? Yeah. I think we've crossed this many times where it's not too much of a problem. The most recent rejection, but yeah, it's that whole zone. Yeah. Yeah, gold is tough at the moment. Can't sell right now, right at support. Ideally would have been to find a way in here if it didn't just dump in one candle, but that shouldn't feel like a missed move, because you can't predict that this candle's coming through. It's always nice to have a candle like this coming through when you're in a position, but even looking back at this in hindsight, I don't see a way where I vision myself entering this. Like, I don't see a way I vision myself entering this. Right now as well, I mean, you could try enter towards the support, but that's just 4 more entries, but selling straight into lows here. I mean, come on. Get your mind right. Don't be doing BS. Alright, what do you think of Lorenzo Corrada strategy? I think he trades using volume profile. I haven't looked into it though. Below that is pretty damn clean. Thing is, big move is done already. Yeah, but this would set up for later, especially if this now does this exact thing, pull back deep. You take sells later from here because we've broken structure. If we can take sells from up here later, that's the zone we could be looking to hold into. Would you still take this one? I don't like the rejection wick. What is this on? It's on DAX. I mean, I would have to experiment with DAX wick fills, but yeah, if as a wick fill setup, definitely can make sense. Just check 5-minute structure. If there's 5-minute structure, look for setup 1 above 5-minute structure, can put stops below that as well. So that's what I would do on DAX. Let's have a look here. See the 5-minute structure. Yeah, close above that 5-minute structure, stops could be below that. It's quite nice actually. How it works, the journal section, I think it's a nice idea to keep it public. It is public. It is. Public to our exclusives. Everyone in the exclusive group can see it. I'll talk about it after stream. We talked about it in the webinar, but not everyone showed up to the webinar. So we will do that there. What is the difference between A book and B book? All right, if you're a trader, listen up to this. This is extremely important, understanding differences between A book and B book. So I want you to understand that basically how it works is that there's your tier 1 liquidity, right? Which are your tier 1 liquidity providers, LP, right? Tier 1 liquidity providers. Now, ideally, right, what you have is you have a broker that connects you to the tier 1 liquidity, right? Okay, now this broker is called, what are they called? I need to try to remember. They're called something straight through order or something like this, not ECN. Straight order. I need to think about it. I need to get that right. It's like, what is it called? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll explain it now. So basically, yeah, it is STP. So yeah, understand this. So you have your liquidity providers. Now this is called tier 1 liquidity, and you should have your brokerage as the middleman, and this should be an STP, right? Straight through process, right? So that means that they basically take commissions and they can increase spread to make money and put your order into the market. Whereas a B book, right, is going to work internal liquidity, which means that your order never reaches it to tier 1 liquidity. They internalize liquidity, which is not necessarily the worst thing, right? A lot of brokers work a hybrid model, like bigger brokers, but the problem is that if they cannot fill orders or they're manipulating charts to make a profit, you as a client are going to suffer. So make sure you're staying with big brokers if they're going to B-book. Now, when B-book means that they're hedged against you, because since most people lose in the market, it's a profitable business model to go against your orders. But remember, big brokers are not going to manipulate charts because they're going to lose clients, and they have enough liquidity to sustain good books, right, and sustain payouts and all of that stuff. Now, in terms of regulation, right, regulation is, people can get regulated even though they're a B-book broker, right? But remember, regulation on a B-book broker will ensure that these brokerages have good books and enough liquidity so that they won't go bankrupt, basically, right? So that's what, basically, what's it called? Having a licensing will do, right? That's what licensing will do. Big brokers work hybrid model. They will use A book and B book, which is better. But sometimes on the big brokers, you will get better execution on the B book. Just be careful of the shady brokers. They are going to manipulate the B book. They're going to manipulate the B book, and you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a very hard time. So yeah, they can go against your positions, which is obviously what they like to do, as it's more of a profitable model since most traders lose. So that's the difference between A book, B book. So at the end of the day, if you want to sum it up to simplistic form, just make sure you're with a big broker who's not manipulating charts. If you notice any form of chart manipulation, leave. Leave. Any recommendation for a good broker? I'm from the US but want to be able to trade gold. If you're in the US wanting to trade gold, I think stick to futures. Stick to futures. It's the same thing. And you can trade gold using futures. Also, the good thing, and this is a very good benefit with futures, is that you have one provider, right? You're on futures contracts, so you're not how we have brokers, different things. Yes. So yeah, if you're in the US, I think stick to futures for trading gold. That's what I would have personally done. Look at this, man. This is why you don't FOMO buy into the lows, huh? Jesus. Look at that. If a broker has 5,000 clients, it would be A book or B book. It's not about the amount of clients. If it had 5,000 clients, every client would start on a B book. Unless one of those clients is depositing above 100,000, 200,000, they will put them on the A book because they assume that client is going to be obviously withdrawing and needing bigger amounts. For a $1,000, $5,000, $2,000 account, it's simply not worth them to send that order into liquidity, right? This is the retest we could potentially get already, huh? GU was doing the same maybe? No, not as much as gold. Gold is quite, moving aggressive. This strategy works on futures? Of course it works on futures. Why is the barrier to enter for stocks 25K? This, I think, in the future will be the barrier in Forex as well, coming soon. I do hope that there'll be a big, a big cleanup in the industry. Check the play. Let's see what's going on. All right. Got in on that, huh? Nice. Man's ready, huh? All six cylinders firing, huh? See how our GJ is doing. We might be able to close below in 3 minutes again. Let's see if we can close below in 3 minutes. This will just continue the 1 hour idea. What does chart manipulation look like? Let's take this example. Say on this broker here, you can see it didn't break the wick here. Now, if you had your stop loss above here, you could still be stopped out with spread. But chart manipulation would be, this wick is all the way up here on your broker. It's like, how the hell? And you checking 2-3 charts, and that's not the same, right? Small differences like this. You can see this one actually did break the wick, is fine. The also way of chart manipulation is also what's this called? Spread manipulation, you know, if they suddenly spike spread. But yeah, the reason they have 25K is because in stocks they normally give 1 to 4 leverage, and it stops people coming in to gamble, right? It is an entry barrier. Harry, why do you want 25K entry requirement for Forex? To stop people just degenerate gambling, right? Obviously, funded accounts will be people who can't afford bigger accounts, but I hate to see people just depositing small amounts. Like, I would say there could be, this would be the rule. This would be the rule. Either they increase entry in terms of put deposit requirements high, or they just change margin overall, right? Changing margin overall would solve the problem of people going, you know, full pelt. But I don't think that will change. But what will change is that we will see a cleanup in people providing illegal services in the industry that are, you know, damaging people basically. Like, we see so many people, you know, making illegitimate signal services with broker contracts, or people having broker contracts with signal services for their benefit. It's like, these type of stuff will have to be cleaned up, and naturally will be cleaned up. All right, keep an eye on this 1 minute here. See what can happen here in 1 minute. See if we can get the close below. Both ways we have to wait. We don't have a 5-minute close below. The next candle closing below here is going to be a 1 minute. Not 1 minute, sorry, is in 1 minute. So hopefully we can get the continuation. We've had a nice retest to the highs here, so we are warranted for continuation here. So hopefully this next 1 minute can just chill. Stop loss now can be amended to above the 15-minute candle high, so a little bit smaller stops. We have to close below the support here. Can't close above the support. If it closes above the support, then GG. Well, it will protect us. As for why we wait. Looking like it wants to close above the support. Let's see. 15 seconds here. The stronger the close, the better. The stronger the close, the better. So I would like to see a stronger close, Mr. GJ. Yeah, that's better. Oh. Need a top wick here. Yeah, I need a top wick first. It's sketchy, man. This is sketchy, this close. It's above the 5 minute as well. It is sketch. I'll still give it a short break of low since we're not going up. So I'm still going to give it a short break of low. Do have a top wick now. About to break on my broker. Come on, break it. Alright, broke it on my broker there. So give it a shot. As I said, stop above the highs. Let's see how this goes. So this is our point of contention here. Somewhere into this zone. Close above support on IC. For me, it closed below. Closed below by maybe like 0.5 pips. One hour close here in 11 minutes, so we kind of have to wait 11 minutes before some good action comes. 1 hour close will be the good confirmation here. In the meantime, I need a toilet, so I'm gonna go and come back. Alright, see if we can tap that little resistance there. Where's the 31? 31's a little bit lower. That's your 1-to-1 somewhere around here. Nine minutes to this candle close. 5-minute candle did close below here. Might want to form some structure on the 5-minute. How much does this give? 10 pips to there? Let's see. Hi, did you stream every day? Forex? Yeah, Monday to Friday we're on stream. Leave a like for some liquidity, guys. 600 of us in here. Just leave a like for some liquidity. We need some liquidity. Go on, do it for high. That's what I say to help it go in favor. Yeah. Did you enter? Yep. Seems like it's rejecting off the wicks first. It's counting this as a zone. Let's go investigate this on lower time frame just to see what type of zone we're dealing with here. Put us back in drawdown here. Five-minute level. Let's have a look. We didn't tap the 5-minute. Yeah, we tapped the previous 5-minute. Yeah, this top 5-minute level here. Harsh reaction off it. We haven't had any pullbacks though. One hour gonna be important here. Also this 5-minute, if this 5-minute closes back in the range, also gonna be important. Hopefully it can chill and not close back in the range. This gives us good probabilities. 80% close at 10 pips. Yeah, I didn't hit 10 pips for me. I didn't close anything. Didn't close anything since it didn't hit my break-even level fully as well. Got to give it around 9.2 pips here. That's what we got out of it. Let's see, 8.2 pips. Yeah, nothing you can do with that amount of pips. I mean, that would be just closing it to call a win, right? See how this 5 close. So we did close below here. Yeah, we did close below. I'm gonna wait for the 1 hour close and make any decision based on 1 hour close. Even if I have to close at a bit of a loss, I want to make decision based on 1 hour close right now. We have around 3 minutes till that. What you're looking for in 1 hour close, for it to close basically bearish below my 15-minute line here. Basically this wick, see this wick? Because this is the last sign of rejection. So if we imagine this wick as a range, closing back inside of the wick is kind of closing inside of a lower time frame range, which is that 5 minute, right? So if we can close below that, then I could expect the next London Open to give a wick fill, potentially continue. If we close back above that, then I can look to manage, right? Because that will also close the 15-minute bullish. And if the 15-minute is closing bullish, it's creating a support. We could see some form of upside. So that's how I can just manage my trade here. Your trade is based just on hoping, all right? If that's what you say so, then that you're entitled to your opinion. Maybe it seems like that, but trust me, this has a plan. We planned this from this morning, actually. We planned it from this morning. So this is what we don't want to happen, right? So you could manage earlier, but again, like I said, I'm waiting for 1 hour because I'm not scared of holding drawdown and I'm not scared of taking a loss, as probabilities are most likely on my side here. So I can only make a decision based on closures here. The only unlucky thing that can happen now is if we just rip in the last 1 minute candle to stop loss. But that's why we have stop loss there in the first place, is to protect our trade, right? Is to protect our trade. Current 1 minute candle here. This is the rip. Yep. Wow. So this would just be the unlucky thing, is if we have this 1 minute candle rip, which it is. So yeah, we're getting unlucky today, but it happens in the market. It happens in the market. We'll see if this next 1 minute doesn't continue ripping like this. It's all up to it. But you know, it happens sometimes. It happens. London Open here. Can we close below this support at least? Yeah, no bottom wick as well. Oof, I didn't even have time to close. I wanted to close as it flipped. 1 hour candle is closing bearish, but look at this, no bottom wick. Yeah, I guess I'll have to leave full SL here. Can we at least make a bottom wick? Yes, we can. Hopefully. Come on, make a bottom wick. No, make a bottom wick. Give us a bottom wick when we need it. All right, I'm out. I'm out. No bottom wick even, man. No bottom wick even. Unlucky. You didn't follow shit, bro. Your SL should have been above 15 minute. It was above 15 minute, brother. And if your SL was above 15 minute, you would have been stopped out as well. So you would have lost more than I would have lost. So yeah. It's unfortunate, but part of the game. Unlucky with that. Looking back, maybe I could have used the zone, but again, it was just a zone here. Unfortunate, it has to react sensitively, right? It had to react sensitively, and that's about it for me. Reacted sensitively, and what can I do? Seems like it was exactly needing to be on the 5-minute zone retest here. Right, so we can't always be that nitpicky. For me, I really trusted the 4-hour candle here. 4-hour candle closing above, below here was very nice. Gave me confidence into this. Second thing that was very nice about this trade is we closed below, never broke the low. We came up, failed, retested key level again. Then closed below again, broke the low, continued down. But I didn't go aggressive break even today. And then we get unlucky with no bottom wick here as well. No bottom wick, we don't get a chance. Look at this 1-minute candle here. That's going to be how we lose most of our trades. So, all good here. Part of the game. And I'm very happy with this trade. Win trade in my books. Followed my plan. So I count that as a win, regardless of P&L. P&L is just an emotional standpoint. It's only going to emotionally affect you because you always see a loss bigger than a win. When in reality, it's a win if you're following your plan, because long term that's what's going to keep you profitable, right? That's what's going to keep you profitable. So gave back this trade here, unfortunate, and yeah. I didn't want to be aggressive with this because there was no reason to go break even that, you know, that early. Didn't even give me a chance to manage, which is very unlucky in my books here. So stop loss is there always for a reason. 1% is 1%. You will survive to trade another day. But the key thing here is no chance even to make bottom wick, and then we get out on the flip, right? $68 loss for me. Very, very good, brother. Well done for managing your trade. $68 loss. Very good for taking that loss. I hope you followed your plan. I hope you understand that there's probability and statistics to this game. Right? Probability and statistics to this game. So if you expect to win every single trade, then maybe go and try the lottery. You'll have better luck there. $18 loss. Very, very good. Very good. It's amazing. Yes, indeed. Manage risk. You can't be bad, right? Because if you didn't manage risk, it would be bad. But 18 losses, it's just a number. If you won $18, what are you going to say? Right? What are you going to say? $1,000 loss for me today. A bit more than you guys, $18 and $68,000 for me. But You can see for me, it doesn't affect anything because I made $1,000 last week. So it doesn't matter. It's a process. It's a process. I'm just upset that we didn't get a chance to manage. Didn't get a chance to manage. That's the only problem for me. Because I would have been able to get out this trade if we were to make a bottom wick here, put stop loss above the flipping point, would have had stop loss above the flipping point, boom, trade managed. Very beautiful. The fact that you're doing this live and keeping your cool is just amazing. Every real trader knows these days happen. You always do your best. So fuck the haters. Ah man, this is chill for me. I've not been doing this for a short amount of time. I think I've proven my point in terms of trading profitably long term. I do this in front of people all the time and people just continuously hate on me all the time. It's not going to change the way I trade, right? I just realized at the end of the day, these people don't benefit me in any single way. They don't pay me. They don't make me money. They don't help my psychology. So I can't care about them. The only thing they can do is damage my brand, which is their goal, right? And of course, we will just get less viewers on stream when a loss happens, as people just typically don't like to accept the fact that losses can happen. But, you know, it can happen, right? That's just how trading works, unfortunately. It's a harsh reality, but if you can't accept the losses, then better not to become a trader. Or maybe try find that one golden strategy that you never lose, you know? Maybe that will help you, you know, in order to become a better trader. GU did not have the same move up here. We did not see that same move up on GU. But when you win, they don't congratulate. When they take a loss, they jump on you. Yeah, of course. That's how it is, man. They don't care because they want the next trade, right? They want you to win again and again and again. Make them money for nothing in return. So it's actually good they lose. They will learn a lesson, right? They will learn a lesson of how this game works. Seems like this bottom wick is coming through here. Did I have bottom wick on my broker? No, not even. I had a gap on my broker. Price open gapped up. So yeah, that's unlucky, man. It's always these trades that make me lose. This is something that I've noticed all the time, that these trades make me lose. So always the trades where big random candles come in the opposite direction. This one was hard because I really wanted it to tap the 15-minute level. Otherwise, you're going to be a trader who keeps on concentrating on worrying about every single level at the chart, right? You would have now, you know, if it's not going to react off the 5-minute level, now you're going to 1 minute. And as soon as it bounced off this 1 minute support here, you're closing your trade, right? So that's the problem, right? It's like as soon as this bounced off this 1 minute zone here, you're closing your trade at break even for it to give that continuation, right? I mean, it was literally very close to our break even point. A matter of how many pips here? We were a matter of 1.6 pips, but that's the power of following the plan. People go too early break even and then that trade ends up being a win, but you never got anything out of it. That's also a mistake. So today I can't blame myself for anything, and I feel actually good that I stuck with my plan and had confidence in my trade, because if that played out, then that's what's going to pay me long term, right? And we know that. We've seen that. It's not like I'm just telling you that without anything. We've obviously seen that long term. We've seen that long term. I've not been streaming for a month. I've been streaming for 1.5 years plus. I think a little bit more now. And you guys can see that over time. So that's how it is. I think for me, if this trade, so this is the only thing I can see, is that if the 4 hour today did close above this resistance and I took a sell, I understand why I lost. Like, that makes sense to me. Like, hey, 4 hour close back in the range, Harry. Why are you so fixated on sells? But today I was fixated on sells because we're rejecting that range. 1 hour tried to close above multiple times. We grab liquidity multiple times here. Grab liquidity, fail. Grab liquidity, fail. We then almost got triggered here for this to go back up to 500, grab liquidity, then close below, just for it to do what? For it to yet again to fail. So that's just unlucky. That's going to happen. There are probabilities, and this is going to be accounted to probabilities, right? Harry, can you please explain where does the gold win come from? I can't find it on stream after the GU break even. Yeah, man, we can go have a look at that. That was on the 4th, right? So just go to the 4th stream. Not the 4th, that should be, that was the 5th, sorry, the 5th. I need to double check the 5th. Let's check this 5th stream here. Again, it's all on stream, I do everything. Let's have a look. Not the 5th, then it was the 4th. 4th, Wednesday. Yes, it was a Wednesday, I remember. Let's go have a look here. Yeah, this is the gold win here. This one here. Enter the trade. There's your entry. And take profit was hit there, right? So that's how that trade was. So that was on Wednesday, which is the 4th. So I was correct. I thought maybe since you couldn't find it, I put it wrong in the journal, but it was correct in the journal. Time is right as well. So everything is correct here. Cheers, Joe. Take care. I still don't like that the 1 hour has no bottom wick here on GJ. I still don't like it, right? 1 hour close below as well. No bottom wick still. This could just be a big liquidity grab here. How is GU doing? GU is now starting to bounce finally. It's better for me when you lose. It's more educational. I hope we don't need to have too much education, because it is educational for you, but it doesn't pay me, so I need to be winning most of the time. So that's more important for me. Yeah, I don't see a case for me to be aggressive break even today. Like just, hey, we're rejecting, go break even. 1 minute structure was perfect. 5 minute had no pullback, so it was due for a pullback. We got the confirmation of even the 5 minute closing below the range here quite perfectly. Boom, look at that perfect close below the range. Yeah, this is there's no way I'm getting out of this. Only way I'm getting out of this is early SL. If we make bottom wick, I put my stop loss above where it flips. That's what I would have done. Is if we made bottom wick, my stop loss would go above here. I'd be able to save around, you know, 6-7 pips. Just a tap on the 4 hour previous and wick rejected harsh, but don't want to, like you said, counter trend for everything there would be no trade. What do you mean? I don't really understand that. Just the tap on 4 hour previous, wick and rejected harsh, but don't want, like you said, counter for everything would be no trade. No, I don't. Which 4 hour? You mean this wick here? Yeah, but I mean, this could happen all the time in the chart, right? We could say the same for upside. That's the problem with that type of approach. I really was looking to tap the 15 to go break even. 1.5 pips away from break even spot. Harry, you need to update win rate as well? Yes, yes. Win rate will go down by 1% because when you lose one trade, it goes down 1%. When you win one trade, it goes by up by 0.2%. I think it's 0.76 maybe 5 now. 26 losses on stream in 1.5 years. That's nuts. Very proud of that. 26 losses on stream in 1.5+ years. That's crazy. That's crazy. You guys took 26 losses in last month, bro. I'm up 5% last month and was slow. Let's go. That's the way you should be saying it. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Don't worry. 26 losses in a session. Bro, that's next level. What about 26 losses in an hour? That's next level. What's your record like off stream? Pretty good because I don't trade really too much off stream. So it's probably even a higher win rate off stream because I'm taking less trades. I trade New York session. All of the trades I take off stream, I share with the guys. So I don't really trade by myself per se anymore. I'm always talking with people before I trade. I do share those trades in Harry's trades. They're just labeled as NY. But I don't take much, right? So this is after stream. Took a buy, but that's London session still. After stream. Most of the stuff that happens we discuss on stream, but it just happens after. I'm on my 7th losing streak. You shouldn't be losing 7 in a row. It's very, very, it's a sign that you need to be changing what you're doing, right? To lose 7 in a row. Do you find it easier to trade off stream, easier to concentrate, focus, and would you consider streaming for NY? Yeah, of course it's easier to trade off stream. You don't have to deal with explaining things to people. You can just focus on you. No one's gonna hate you for your actions. Remember, me coming here every single day and disclosing what I do is extremely the highest risk. Many traders will not do this because it risks my brand, it risks my image. I accept hate that I don't need in my life. I, show up every day to be judged. And at the end of it, when I take a loss and I have all of this on top of myself, I've also sat here and lost some of my money. So even though that doesn't matter, because when you become profitable, you understand that losing money is not a big deal in the long term and you get used to it. So I would say out of all of that, the least impacting thing is me losing money. But of course it does make an impact. It's not fun to take a loss because we're men and human beings, especially more on the man side, want to win. It's kind of like I went into battle today, or I went into a fight and I want to win today. And obviously I am right more than wrong, which obviously makes you feel good. But the days that you lose, it obviously doesn't feel as good as a win, which is normal. But does it change anything for me? No, right? So I could easily just go and not do any of this stuff. But at the other side of the coin, look how much this has been able to help people. I've seen so many people improve. We've been able to build a massive community, and we've been able to see huge improvements. Huge improvements. Now that wouldn't have been able to happen unless I came and showed up every single day. We appreciate you. No, I appreciate everyone. I mean, you see, a lot of people. It's. Yeah, I mean, I need to think of it. People have to understand. I do appreciate the people who support me. Like, you know, that's what makes it worth it for me. You know. Like, I tell you, I take so much more pride in seeing others do well. Like, if anyone knows me on a personal level, they know that for a fact that I like that. That gives me the ultimate buzz, is seeing someone improve their whole situation, improve their mindset, improve their lifestyle, improve everything. You know? But hey man, everyone wants quick fixes, right? And I told you from the very beginning, I'm here to show you real trading. And if people don't want to accept the fact of real trading, they're just going to lose money long term. Right? They're going to lose money long term. I promise you. Because they're going to keep trying to chase that imaginary strategy, keep trying to chase that goal, and then boom. They're just going to lose money long term. But that's okay. They can if they want to, right? Can you check GU chart? I have checked GU chart, man. We are below the 4-hour support. Just dumped below like a king. GU melted here. Unfortunate when GJ should have done the same. We would have expected the same. Looks like some yen strength coming into the market. See what gold is saying at the moment. Remember, at the end of the day, guys, anything is your decision. I'm not here to prove anything to you or to do, like, if you want to just show up, don't copy what I do, don't do anything, and you will be an observer of life. And when you be an observer, that's how you're going to learn. If you're here trying to put skin in the game and want someone to blame, the only person to blame is you, is because you're not making a change, right? One trade will not dictate anything for you long term. I can promise you that, right? One trade is not enough. Can't judge anything on one trade. Just a shame that didn't play out, but I really can't find a reason for it not to play out. Like, as much as I'm thinking here, always like to reflect on my trades here. I really can't think of a trade reason for it not to play out. Yeah, I don't know. Liquidity grab to the highs. It's perfect. It's perfect. Great 1 minute structure. Where's the Asian low today? $9 a.m. Close below Asian low here. Yeah. This is Asian low. We even closed something below Asian structure. So we had that confirmation, made lower high here, rebroke the wicks. Yeah, there's no way you're getting out of this, man. This is very rare to find a trade where I just can't make an excuse. The only excuse you can make is hindsight, saying that this 5-minute level was very important. But no one gives a fuck about a 5-minute level until it actually becomes relevant. And we can't be that nitpicky and say, you know, otherwise we need to consider this wick, we need to consider everything. Then we never take a trade, or we end every trade as break even because we keep looking at the levels. Damn, my camera died? Why did it die? That's not fun. If you want to look at an excuse, it didn't close below the 30-minute support. Yeah, But the thing is, the time we took the trade, we were expecting it to do it. By the time it didn't close below, we were already in losing the trade, right? The only thing that put me off is that this 4-hour time frame solid support created on 4-hour other than that. But is it really a solid support when we close this one weak bearish rejecting and we're not forming a support from anything anywhere? Like, it's not like we closed at 4-hour support. That's what puts me off, right? Because we didn't close at 4-hour support. This is not a range. And if we consider this a range, check this out. Like, you really can't make an excuse on this trade. You closed outside the range, break of structure. Okay, you close back in the range, so you expect price to fill the range. Price did already fill the range, so now it rejected it and you're selling from the top of the range to get back to where it did, to continue the lower high and to retest support down here, because we didn't reject an actual 4-hour support. If this scenario was done from down here, it would be different, because we're rejecting something. We're rejecting something for a higher low. Yeah, target would have been met, but here target wasn't met. We literally hanging here. We're hanging on LTA. Same thing on daily, right? Daily also no target had been met. We closed below target. Someone made a video about you. It's in general chat. Let's see what this video is. London Session Pips episode 1. Let's see this. I would have to watch this after. Hopefully this is not a hate. Let's see if this is this or... It's pretty good, bro. I like this. Thumbs up to this guy. I thought it was hate, but it's not hate. It's actually proper good, this. We'll give him a little bit, we'll give him thumbs up for that, man. I thought it was hate after today, you know? But it's not bad, it's not bad. We'll give him that. He's actually doing some clip highlights, so I like that, I like that. Shout out to him, shout out to him. Bro, it's him? I don't know if it's not hate though, it's not hate, like, you know? It's not hate. 2 months ago, bro. AI generated the description. This is facts, this is facts. Lol, it's like a passive hate, passive hate. Man, 3 years old this channel, bro. 3 years old this channel. 16-year-old Forex trader, this guy. It's like passive hate. No part 2, bro. No part 2. Gotta love it though. I find it funny. Do you think studying history on gold like September is known for the worst month of the year? Yes, it does play an impact here. It does play an impact. Gold is actually pulling up nicely here. Maybe we can look for shorts in a little bit. I'll tell you one thing, guys. If I'm gonna take a loss, I like to take a loss on a Monday. Monday is the best day to take a loss. The reason is you have the whole week ahead of you, man. Whole week ahead of you. Yeah, it sucks to start off your week like that. Yeah, I get it. You know, also it sucks for me. Not really the best feeling, but the whole week ahead of us to kill shit. So I don't see it as a problem here. I just wish we had a signal on the chart that allowed me to avoid that. That would have been sick. Would have been sick, but you don't get that every day. Can't outsmart the market every day, but we can do it good enough to make money. And that's what matters. I was thinking about the same. For me, the signal was when GU is doing something else and GJ is doing something else. Yes, but the thing is, at the time, GU was dumping and GJ was dumping. You know? So it's hard to say. Sometimes we can just get a small pullback. You know, GJ likes to pull back sometimes and then just dump. You know, one candle can do business, 60 pip candle. GJ dumping, GU dumping hard, GJ struggling. Yeah, but it's what if GU is struggling, GJ dumping hard? And you're in GU. What are you gonna do? Like, it's very situational based. It can't always be the case. What if the move is not coming from the GBP, but the move is coming from the dollar? What if the move is coming from the dollar? Look, DAX was pretty clean here, right? Did you get the 5 close above? Yeah, that's the 5 setup 1 we were talking about here on DAX, right? This is very simple. Setup 1 on 5. Stop loss below that. 1 to 1 now. Alright. I like that. What's the entry point? Break of that high. Wick fill on 15. Wick fill on 15. Within that rejection wick, yeah, DAX always has rejection wicks. Go look at it on a 5-minute time frame. It's always having these rejection wicks. So you look, rejection wick, fill it. Rejection wick, fill it. You can go experiment it. Here, 2 rejection wicks, we get up. This type of rejection wick, of course, is a different story because nothing closed below. But then when we did get the close below, it did pull back, but then give some form of continuation. Rejection wick, filled it. Rejection wicks, filled it. Doesn't really care. Especially once you have the 15-minute closing above strong. You could just take this off 15, to be honest. No need even 5. Some of them hit SL before filling. Yeah, but you also have to use higher time frame like 15 as well as confirmation, right? What is that rejection? Where's that rejection coming from? You have to consider all of those different factors. Where's the rejection coming from? What is it coming from? If it's coming from something, then yeah, it's not going to be valid, right? Because it's rejecting something. You need to get above that. But with indices, they like to fill wicks, you know, kind of like gold as well, right? Gold likes to fill wicks. Right, we retrace the whole move here on gold. Today it's coming from daily. Let's have a look. There's no daily we're rejecting there. Let's see this one. Yep. So we form support above it and then you're ready to go. You're ready to go. Of course, if we were rejecting below it, then yes. Your next daily is going to be somewhere up here, which is well away. That's your TP. Should be your TP around the 15 zone, to be honest. A little bit lower here. yen strength, USD was putting yen strength, putting yen down. If it put yen down, yeah, I just expected, but look at how weak the GBP is. But maybe this is just dollar weakness. I mean dollar strength. Let's see. No, it can't be dollar strength because gold is popping up, so it's all very confusing, right? So we should have expected the GBP weakness. This is one thing I also like about my strategy is imagine like I had to use a big stop loss here because I was trading on a bigger time frame. This would suck to have stop loss above the range. And now you're like literally super close to stop loss. It's a massive stop loss, 60 pips. You needed to do massive business. Now you needed to dump a total of, like, you know, 100 pips to get the move that you initially wanted, and you're stuck in this range, right? So sometimes you have to realize it's nicer to get out and find another opportunity than to be stuck in something that is just going to really ruin your mental capacity, ruin your attitude, ruin your, you know, nerve at the charts. Having nerve at the charts is super important, right? So yeah. Anyways, price is in a range now, guys. I'm going to call it here, clean and simple for today. Unfortunate. And I move on to my next trade here and continue following the plan. No need to sugarcoat anything. It's as simple as trading has to be, and that's how I'm going to follow it. So appreciate you guys showing up, and yeah, unlucky for us today. This is what happens in the markets. Hopefully we can continue moving strong here. So I appreciate everyone. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. See you guys.